Assalamu alaikum. Nasir here, Dr. Nasir. All of you will be enjoying good health. Okay, inshallah. So, it's our seventh lecture pertaining to, right, the series Words Out of Words, right? In all these lectures, we are trying to develop the sense of words, right? We are trying to, I shrug up the concept that cramming is very much required. So one can learn vocab without cramming to an extent, obviously. Okay. So these are some words, right? I have written just for your convenience to save time. So rim, right? What's meant by rim? All of you know, rim has different meanings. Rim of papers is a unit of paper. Rim means border of anything. Border of anything, right? So from rim, sometimes we used to say rimming. So rimming is a taboo word, and perhaps you know or not. I won't tell the meaning of that, but rimming is a very harsh term, right? Very prevalent in case of lesbos or something. Okay. So we just change it a bit. We say grim. The literal meaning of the word grim is when it is dusk time, right? The time before nightfall, right? So the weather has become a bit grim, right? Before Maghrib time, right? Before, right? Night, I mean, the time that is there, that is, and the situation that is prevalent in that time is called grim situation. When dusk is there and there is right, sort of light is there, but things are not that clear. Okay, but its connotative meaning or its symbolic meaning means very sad, very upset. So we say when I met him, he was looking a bit grim. Grim means sad. Okay, he was not in good mood. People will say, "What's the reason of your grimness? Why are you so sad? What's the reason of your sadness?" Got some idea? Okay. So brim. Brim means once again border of something, margin of something. Okay. But sometimes brim is used in symbolic sense. When he was brimming with happiness. She was brimming with happiness. It means she was very excited. She was very happy. The brim means to be overflow with something. Got some idea? Okay. The next is trim. Trim is a very common word nowadays. Trim means to shape something, not just cut, rather shape something. Suppose I just want to have my hair trimmed. Okay, trim means to shape something. And an important point is that from this trim, if I say trimming, yeah, the trimming stands for that process. So see, I'm just going out for trimming. Trimming means that process of cutting or giving shape to your hair. Got it? Trimming means that process. And if I just add S after this, trimmings. So trimmings is something slightly different. Trimming is that process. And trimmings mean whatever has been cut, that very thing. Suppose if you trim your hair, the cut hair is called trimming. Right? If you suppose there's sort of hedge or fence, if you trim that, so whatever falls down, those very things, right, scrap like stuff is called trimmings. So trimming means the process of cutting, and trimmings means the thing that has been cut. But I've got this bit idea. Okay. And trim means a bit uncommon, exact. Sometimes we say, yeah, I think there were round about right 100 people over there. But if it's being more prim, that means being more exact. Right? The figure was 97. Prim means exact. Right? So we say talking more primly. It means talking more exactly. Clear? So rim means border, grim means sad, brim means to be overflow with something. Trim means to give shape to something, and prim means exact. So words can be read in different ways, but so boo, it's a very common word, it's a sort of slang word, right? So when he started his speech, when he started his lecture, people started booing at him. Boo means to hoot someone, to laugh at someone. right? Like this, they were booing. Clear? Boo means to laugh at someone, to mock at someone. Okay. So boot. Once again, boot is a very common word, but it can be used in uncommon sense too, right? Sometimes we say, "Yeah, please dear, I just want to boot you," right? I just want to boot you. So what do you think? What's meant by I just want to boot you? That doesn't mean that I want to boot you, right? I want to kick you or something. I just want to boot you. Boot over here means to give advantage, right? Right? To provide someone with some sort of help. I just want to boot you. It means I want to help you somehow so that you may get sort of profit. Right? Boot means to advantage of something or to provide advantage of something to someone. You would have heard we started a business and our business remained bootless for years. The bootless means you can guess. If boot means advantage, the bootless means that has no advantage. It means futile, useless, useless. It is just that was a bootless business. It means there was no profit. Clear? Okay. Bone. Bone once again is used for in the sense of advantage. A bit uncommon, right? Advantage of something. In writing it's common, but in conversation it's not that common. Boom. A very common word nowadays. So we say after coronavirus, right? Right? The boom is almost over. It means boom is a situation in which things go shoot up like this. Okay? So Alhamdulillah, things have started booming now. It means they are going like this. Just reverse of slump. Slump. S-L-U-M-P. Slump means when things are declining. Clear? Boom means peak of something. When things are going like this, especially business. Okay? Then goon. Goon is a person who is not a good character. So you see, he looks like a goon, but actually he's a very nice fellow. Sometimes, right, it is the case that very good people, their looks are a bit, right, objectionable. People see that he looks like a criminal, but actually they are very soft people, very nice people. So goon is a scoundrel, a rascal like, a miscreant, right? A person who is not a good character. Okay? Bug. A bug can be interpreted in different ways. Bug. It depends on its use, right? Suppose in routine bug is a sort of insect. So say, where has this bug come from? Bug means that insect, small size insect. That is very okay. Sometimes we use the word bug as bug. I would say, where has this bug come from? That means, okay, you're talking about that insect. You see, yeah, please don't bug me. So, because that insect is a bit, right? Don't bug him. So, the very action of that bug is used in that sense. So please don't bug him. Don't wax him. Don't irritate him. To tease someone, right? It has become a sort of verb. It was a sort of noun. Okay. And in routine, you would have heard. Now it's the bug of Taylor Swift, right? Taylor Swift bug is there. At one time, Lady Gaga's bug was there. Nusrat Fateh Ali's bug was there. Okay. So bug means something trend. Okay. So we say nowadays Taylor, right? Swift's bug, right? Is there. It means everyone is listening to her and she is very popular, whatever. Right? Sometimes we say, right? Suppose there is such and such Kakar. She is very popular nowadays. Say, right? The bug of her song is there. It means something that is very popular and people listen to that. So from this you can guess that words have no meanings. It's the use of the word that makes sense of that word. Okay. And over here I have written think over. May I grab it? Suppose you want to write, suppose the thing I'm doing. What do you think? It is this way. I have rubbed it down or rubbed it out. The process of erasing something is called rub down or rub out. What do you think? People think rub means rub, actually, right? After this, meaning changes. Rub down means to frisk. Frisk means to search someone, right? Especially very quickly. Suppose at the airport we were rubbed down so many times, right? Rub down is to frisk, to search for something very quickly. It has different meaning. And rub out means to erase something. Suppose I have just rubbed it out. If you say, when right, such and such person was rubbed out, it means when he was killed. So rub out means to erase, to kill in symbolic sense. So it means after a little bit change, things do change. Okay? And think over. Okay? Think over means to, it's a very common, right, phrasal verb. Let me think it over. And sometimes we don't find proper words to convey the intensity of our feeling. So let's write some parallel words, right? Think over or cut over. Okay? A chew over. Chew over. A smell over. They have almost the same thing, meaning, right? Ruminate over. Ruminate over. MT. Muse over. Right? To think over something deeply. Muse over. Meditate over. Meditate over. And sometimes you think a lot about something, that's called cogitate over. Cogitate over means to think very deeply. And sometimes you go into the depth of the depth, that's called excogitate over. Excogitate over. Right? So some of these words are used in slang, some are very formal. Suppose these are usually used in slang, these are used in writing. They have the same meaning, and right, all of them have the meaning that when you think over something, deeply. So with these two words are especially used in writing. So when you write a letter to someone, right, and then you will say, I'm positive that you will cogitate over my request. In very formal language, we'll say, I'm sure that you will cogitate it over. Right? You will think it over very deeply. So it means somehow we can develop the very sense of words, no need of cramming, mugging up, and things like that. So go on, inshallah, things will be fine with the passive time. Take care. Thank you very much. See you.